WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Not really sure how rare and exotic this is. This is Benromach. This is Cask Strength. This is vintage 2009, batch number 4, 57.2%. 11 years old, so 2009 to 2020, so I'm a little bit late to the game. Whiskybase number 160343. And over here in Germany, we're going for about 58 euros for this 57.2% product. So me and Benromach were not the best of friends, but we're learning, we're getting to know each other, and I have a little bit of a problem with Benromach. Not because of the whiskey, but because it won a blind tasting battle in my super mega Scotch single malt whiskey challenge. So I decided over 6 months to talk about 6 different regions of Scotland. Speyside and Highlands and Islands and the Isle and Lowlands and so on, Campbellton. And every single region, I listed all the whiskeys between it had to be original bottlings, they had to be under 65 euros, and they had to be under 50%. And then we voted on them. For example, in the Speyside region, I think it was 128 bottles. And then we narrowed it down to 24, and then we narrowed the 24 down to 6. I sent out 46 tasting sets of those 6 whiskeys, and the only somewhat smoky peated whiskey in there was the Benromach 15, and it won. I was very, very angry because I do not think that Benromach represents a typical Speyside whiskey, and yet in my mega single malt Scotch challenge it will. But holding a grudge is not going to do anything for me or for you if I've been Benromach. So I'm going to pull out a whiskey I thoroughly enjoyed. Ta-da-da! This is a German exclusive. This is definitely rare and exotic. This is Benromach 2009-2021. First fill exclusive, first fill bourbon casks, 48% Whiskybase number 178299. So this runs around 54 euros. This runs around 58 euros. This is 57.2. This is 48 euros. 2009, 2020, 2021. So there was only a total of 1,198 bottles of this, and over here, I have no idea. This is batch 4 already. So this actually replaced the much-loved Benromach 100 proof 10-year-old. So now we have batch proofs, bottlings instead of that Benromach 100 proof, which many people now are sad that it's gone. If you can find it, without even tasting it, I'd recommend it. Now, the first thing you notice here, at least I notice here, is color. Look at this. This has first fill bourbon and cherry. This has first fill bourbon. So there's a definite difference in the color. On the nose, I do get something red, a red fruit. I do get vanilla. And I do get a very unique smoke moment. For me, it's a little bit like burning a inner tube of a bicycle tire. It's a little rubbery. It's a little burnt rubber. Now, I prefer this, the Benromach Cask Strength, much more compared to the 15. I'm still holding negative feelings against the 15-year-old, but by the time we get to our final in 2022 in February, I think I will have forgiven them and also my other whiskey fans that voted for that whiskey instead of the ones that I wanted. I wanted a Tullamore 16, or I could have lived with something else. Yeah, I kind of wanted the Glenrothes Whiskey Maker's Cut to win. Other people actually picked the Dahlewin 16. I picked that as well. I could have lived with the Mortlach 14 Alexander's Way, and the Glenfarclas 17-year-old was the loser of the night, unfortunately. It just had a real bitter used cask moment. All right, going back to our Benromach, not talking about the Speyside too much here now, am I? All right, very, very interesting notes. We do have notes here. It says, only tasting notes. So we are a traditional Speyside distillery owned by a family of whiskey lovers intent on making single malt the right way. Gordon MacPhail. We keep things simple. Our small team of distillers rely entirely on their experience and senses to make the finest handmade whiskey. Speyside single malt, matured exclusively in first fill casks with a subtle smoky character. It takes just 4 ingredients: barley, water, yeast, and a human touch. Very good. So it's become second nature to us. All of our casks are hand-filled, individually weighed, stenciled by hand, and stowed in our traditional dunnage warehouses. Oh, I forgot about the dunnage warehouses. All right, why? Because at Benromach, we believe making whiskey by hand guarantees genuine character. All right, very good. I have to go visit them one day. We'll have to see if that happens. Who knows when I can go over to Scotland again and do it and come back without having to be there for 10 days and here for 14 days quarantined. All right, cheers. The number one thing that surprises me is 57.2%. Nice. Yes, there's a tiny little bit of a Kentucky hug here, or maybe a Speyside hug, but wow, this is good stuff. And the sherry element is actually more present, and the vanilla first fill casks from bourbon are more in the foreground than the smokiness. They keep on talking about a subtle smokiness. Now, if somebody's going to go into this world of whiskeys that are peated, I would recommend the following. Go to, first of all, Highland Park. Try theirs, their whiskeys. Go for a Highland Park 12 and 18-year-old. Then go over to Taliska. Go for their Port Ree and their 18-year-old. Then maybe go over to Springbank. Try their 10-year-old or maybe something else from them. And then make your way to Benromach. And then try Lafroig and blah, 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 blah. This is on the scale from being very peated to not peated at all. In the middle. It's going towards the subtleness more than the in your face hitting you and going, hey, 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 are you really sure you want to drink this? This is very good stuff. The 57.2% is just fabulous. I'm going to give this a C+. I almost gave it a B-. The only reason I didn't is because I have this over here with the 48% from my German exclusive first fill bourbon, which I preferred more. The sherry is good. The cask strength is wonderful. But this is I'm going to say work of art, okay? I get much more of the apple here. This is the distillery character of Benromach, unfiltered, unadulterated. The sherry, filters some stuff out, masks other things. Is this good? Yes, this is a C++. Value for money. I think this for 58 euros over here in Germany is a great actually price. I'm going to give it a C+ as well. This is very, very good. This could be comparable for me for the Benromach Cask Strength, the Abalawa Abanawa. It's not as sherried, but it's actually in that same area. The Aaron Bothy Cask Strength, the Tamdu Cask Strength. All these new Cask Strength versions are out there, and the unique, interesting part is the transparency. It says here, actually on the bottle where it belongs, it says here, bottling of 29 casks, natural color, non-chilled filtered. We have here, distilled 2009, bottled 2020. All the information is here that you need. We know that it's first fill cask, first fill bourbon, and first fill sherry. Excellent. I'm liking Benromach more and more. Now, some people did not like the redesign. I actually liked it from the very beginning. I did not like the old design. Maybe that's the reason why. So my question of the day is, after giving my review and after giving my score here, what is your favorite Benromach? Is it the 15-year-old? Is it the old 10-year-old 100 proof? Is it the new batch 4 from 2019 vintage, or maybe there's a 2010 vintage already? Have you had an exclusive bottling only for your country, or a single cask from Benromach? This is good stuff that we can actually drink, enjoy, and talk about transparency as well. They're doing a good job. Of course, I would like to maybe know where the cask came from the bourbon, which distillery, and of course, I would like to know what type of sherry is in here. Is it a special type of whiskey from a special bodega? But except for those kind of tiny little details, I'm going to say, well done, Benromach. Thank you very much. All my thanks to you, my listeners and my viewers, and please do not forget to like, subscribe, tell others, and even share this video on social media if you'd be so kind. Bye-bye.